Hi, welcome and welcome back to Hi, welcome. I can't get my words together. Jeez. Hi, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brittany, and today's video is my April/May reading wrap up. I've been trying to make this video for my April wrap up a couple of times, and I gave up, but we're gonna attach it to my May. I got a lot of books to cover, so I'm gonna just hop to it, buckle up. What I'm gonna do here, because I read a lot of books in April, I'm gonna tell you the books that I've read in May and pick my like 4.5, 5-star rating books. And then same thing with my April, because like I said, it's a lot. But just for context, my May reading goal was 10 and I read 7. So I almost made my goal. And then for my April, oops, that was March. My April, my goal was 9 and I read 18. So let's get crack-a-lacking. So with my May books, the books I read was Julie Chan is Dead by Leanne Zhang, Our Vicious Oath by N.E. Davenport, The Women by Christina Hanna, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, Misery, My Sister's Keeper, and the last book I read was The Guilt Pill. So let's see. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I picked five, or I have 5 books that's in between the 4.5 and 5-star. My 4.5 ratings is, I guess, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I I picked this book because one, I had it, and two, there's a reason. I think it's part of my Taylor Swift reading challenge for the year. So I was like, "Oh, let me read it." And I actually enjoyed this book. The only downside, I think I don't remember why I rated a 4.5 star. As it's been so long. But I do want to read more books of Ashley Poston's. Um, she has a book coming out soon, which sounds interesting. So, so that's my 4.5 star. My 4 star is Misery by Stephen King. I think there's a reason why I picked this book as well. Don't remember why, but I rated a 4 star. It was good and towards till the end. I'm still slightly confused, but I also wanted to, and I actually read, I mean, not read, I watched Misery, the movie, for its first time in entirety. I've seen clips, but I've never seen it from beginning, middle, and end. And I think the book is better, to be honest, than the movie. Not saying I didn't like the movie. I did like it, but if I had to choose between the book and the movie, I picked the book. But anyways, but I gave that a 4 star. Any 4 stars? No, that's it. Into my 5 star books. The 5 stars is Our Vicious Oaths, The Women, My Sister's Keeper. With Our Vicious Oath by N.E. Davenport, I Net Galley book. I was like, how did I read this book? So I was able to read this off of Net Galley. I ate this book up. I think it took me, I don't know how many days, but I feel like it was very quick, just for me, because it's a dark fairy romance, with some spicy scenes for sure. This book doesn't come out till October, I think, October, November time of this year. So I was able to read that. So I enjoyed that. The Women by Christina Hanna. This was my first Christina Hanna book. I do have The Nightingale in my closet, so I'm planning to read that soon. But I wanted to. I also, the reason why I read this. Oh no, I listened to this book. It's because it's once again part of my Taylor Swift reading challenge. So it's funny that this book was in it, but not The Nightingale. But anyways, I read this book. I would say definitely check your trigger warnings. It's a very heavy book. I did enjoy it, but I do want to say definitely check uh, your trigger warnings for that one. And then I'm missing a book. Oh, My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. I seen the movie many years ago. I think I've talked about this before. So I listened to this on audio, and I was crying in the club. I not literally, but figuratively. I was truly. I mean, uh, I knew the movie is very different from the book. At least as far as the ending goes, and I knew because I follow Jodi Picoult on TikTok, and she have mentioned it a couple times that she still to this day she does not like the movie version, the movie adaptation of it. She's still kind of salty about it, which I can understand why of the way it ended. So that's why. But uh, I did like that book, even though I was bawling my eyes out. And then why not? This is probably. Do I want to add? I'll add the two books. So the Guilt Pill, I made it. I did it a 3-star, and then Julie Chan is Dead is 3.5 stars. So those are my two lowest books of May. Now, April. Let me get to my list here. All right. I think. Oh no, there's a couple of low stars here. Anyways, so my what I read for April, did I mention? So my goal, if I don't, I think I mentioned it, but recap because I don't remember. In the month of April, my reading goal was 9, and I read 18 books. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, I read 18 books. Man, I was reading. Who was she in April? Good Lord. Anyways, so let's run down the books that I've read, and then I'll go from my 4.5 or 4.5 to 5 stars books, and then I might squeeze a couple of my low ratings. So, fresh out the gate, The Heavenly Tyrant, which is book 2 for the Iron Widow. I read that. Kings of the Wild, Alloy of Law, The Client, I Accidentally Summon a Demon Boyfriend, Project Hail Mary, Mad Love, Ignite Me, The Perfect Divorce, The Water Moon, or not what the Water Moon. Slow down. Water Moon is the book, and not The Water Moon, just Water Moon. Test of the Road, Children of Children of Blood and Bone, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, The Barn, The House of Eve, Cross My Heart, Forever, and lastly, Critical Role, Bell's Hells, What Doesn't Break. All right, so my let's see. I just want to make sure. So my three, 4.5 stars is um Heavenly Tyrant. I think it was House of Eve, right? Yeah, House of Eve and Forever were my 4.5 stars. The reason why I wanted to read Forever because and this is the Judy Blume book because the Netflix has a series on it, and I heard it's really good. I still haven't got a chance to look at it yet. My mom is watching it, and she hasn't read the book. So if my mom is watching it, I need to start crack-a-lacking and watching it myself. So uh, I that's the reason why I wanted to read that. The House of Eve by Cicada Johnson. I have a book from her, right? Yes, The Yellow Wife I have from her. So I wanted to, and I heard The House of Eve was really good, which it really was, or which it really is. Excuse me. And a lot of people, I forgot how someone recommended this book to me, and I think that's how I ended up reading it. So that's how I came about. And then um oh, Heavenly Tyrant was my next 4.5 star. And that, like I said, that was book 2 from the Iron Widow. I'm hoping there's a book 3. Um, we'll see. Probably not. Probably. I don't know. I'm hoping there is. But let me let's see. Oh, I should have started with my 4 stars. Oh well, that's fine. My 4 stars is 1, 2, 3. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So my 4 star books are The Barn, The Visible Life of Addie LaRue, and Mad Love. So with Mad Love by Wendy Walker, I listened to this on Audible. Um, I forgot I even had this book on my Audible app. But I did. Um, so basically, it's about this. I don't want to say housewife, but it's a wife who is married, who married rich, essentially. Her husband died mysteriously, and she ends up marrying the yacht trainer guy. I think that's what it's called. And it kind of reminds me of, and it's not your typical like one narrator or two. There's like a full cast. Ask or Alexis, or is it Alexis or Alexa? Hold on. Um, Rory from Gilmore Girls is she plays the mom in here, and but basically what I'm getting at is that and this is gonna like age me a little bit, is back in the day when uh there's a word for it, but where on the radio you can listen to like a story, and it's not like people reading it. There's literally like people acting it out. There's sound, there's music, and it's like a whole shebang, right? This is what they did in this audiobook, which is really cool. And I want to see, I'm just trying to figure out, is it Alexa? No, it's Alexis. Alexis Bledel. There we go. It is Alexis Bledel. And so it's like a whole cast. I want to say it's like a cast from like a movie that's had like a big of a cast like that. And they do, when you hear someone like slam the door, someone is actually like literally slamming the door. I mean, overall, the story of it all, it was all right, but I think I gave it a 4 star because of that aspect, because there's actually background sounds and all that jazz to it. Um, but yeah, it was Mad Love. Oh, here we go. I was like, what's my next 4 star? The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I gave it 4 stars. I have the physical book. I did try to read it when it first came out many, 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 many moons ago. Um, well, not that long ago. I think during pandemic days. I think that's when that book came out. But I started it, couldn't really get into it, and everybody was talking about it. I feel like everything on my FYP page on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and here and there and everywhere, I just couldn't escape Addie LaRue. So I just decided to not read it, hide it somewhere, and forget about it. So I ended up somehow, I don't remember what made me want to reread it again. Taylor Swift. I think it could be my Taylor Swift challenge again. So instead of actually reading it, I was like, let me listen to it. And I recommend listening to it on audio because that gives it a whole perspective. It is a lot of back and forth from flashing flashbacks and flashing forward. So if you're not interested in that, I would not recommend it. But if you do want to give it another chance, like I did, listening to it is probably your best chance because I gave it a 4 star. um, I feel like the only reason why I gave it a 4 star because um, it's not that bad of a story. I feel like it didn't need to be that long either, but here we are. But I did like the aspect between um Ada LaRue and what was she naming him? Luke? Was that the name she gave him? I think so. And like also I feel like what's her face? Victoria is it Victoria Schwab? I know she names herself differently. But anyways, I feel like she should have let never mind. I don't want to spoil it. But Ada LaRue and Luke, they should have been a thing. But anyways, moving on to my last 4-star book. It's called The Barn by Wright Thompson. This is a nonfiction book about Emmett Till. Um, the reason why I gave it a 4-star is because I'm still slightly confused. So, Wright Thomas, his one of his family members lives like a block or two, not a block, like 2 houses down from Emmett Till's family, and they knew what happened. And also, but I feel like most of the book was based on his family's perspective and not Emmett Till's family perspective. Um, it is interesting. I listened to this on audio um, for that, and um, I don't know. It's a big book. It's like I don't have it, but I'll give you something similar. It's almost like this. Well, it's not this big. Like this is my library version of Gone with the Wind, but it's almost like this thick. But and it's a lot of information. So if you can't retain it, I feel like audio is the way. What am I moving on? That was my 4-star, 5-star. All right. Let's see. What is my 5-star? Uh, the Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. The Client, Project Hail Mary, The Perfect Divorce, Water Moon. Oh, and Critical Role, Bell's Hell's What Doesn't Break. I'll start with that one first because I automatically gave it a 5-star because this is, if you're not familiar with Critical Role, it's a D&D group. A bunch of voice actors play D&D. And this particular character, Laudna, is on their she's from their third campaign, so this is kind of like a prequel before Laudna meets Imogen, before Laudna and Imogen meets Bell's Hells. So it's kind of like that. Oh, well, also I should say, and also it's a little bit after campaign one. So it's kind of like an in between from campaign one and before, or what did I say? It's a little bit after campaign one, before campaign three. That's what I said. And Laudna is one of my favorite characters from campaign three. So I automatically gave uh, this book a 5 stars. Um, I also cried for my girl Laudna. She deserves so much good. And it kind of just gives it a different perspective of the dynamics between Laudna and oh my gosh, Delilah, who's from campaign one, and how their dynamic is. So that's what that is. I lost it. So that was Critical Role. Oh, here it is. Water Moon is my next book by Samantha Soto Yambo. This book was kind of marketed as like Studio Ghibli vibes, which I kind of see it. I If it does become like a movie, I kind of want it to be more claymation than like a Studio Ghibli. I mean, it still could be Studio Ghibli, but just with claymation, not motion stop version of it. But this book's about a daughter and her father, um, kind of it's not selling. Um, not selling dreams, but telling them like their, what is the word? Oh, selling their regrets. That's what it is. I'm like, it's not dreams, it's something else. It's selling their regrets. And and it's like a little pawn shop, and something happens with the father, and the daughter goes on this journey to find her father. That's basically, it's vague as hell, but I feel like if I say anything more, it will spoil the whole book. But I loved it. I love the imagery of it. And um and it talks about grief and following, or more like not following, more picking a path what's best for you and what others expect from you, and kind of and not being and not worrying about what happens if you chose that path, what blah, 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 not worrying about choosing a path that you feel that is right for you, if that makes sense. So I did like that. My next book, my next 5 star, this is still my 5 stars, is The Perfect Divorce by I can't talk today, by Geneva Rose. This is a sequel, but not a sequel to The Perfect Divorce. I feel like if you ask me if you need to read The Perfect Marriage, wait, did I say that wrong? The Perfect Divorce is a sequel, kind of not a sequel to The Perfect Marriage. Now, if you would have asked me, hey, Britt, do I need to read The Perfect Marriage to read The Perfect Divorce? Not really. But to get kind of the context clues and some of the Easter eggs, I would say I would recommend to read The Perfect Marriage and then read The Perfect Divorce. But essentially, you don't really need to read The Perfect Marriage to understand The Perfect Divorce, because it kind of sort of recaps everything. But there's some chapters where I feel like people are like, okay, what is the purpose? So it's up to you. I would recommend to read The Perfect Marriage, then read The Perfect Divorce to understand certain contact clues, or like, or Easter eggs that matter to understand The Perfect Divorce, if that makes sense. Because I feel like I'm not making any sense right now, but I'm gonna still make this video. And then um I have, okay, so got more 5 stars. So my next 5 star book is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I listened to this book on Audible because, once again, someone on TikTok, and I know I keep saying I need to stop, listen to book talk, but this person who recommended it was actually on point. I'll give its roses, I give it, whatever that saying goes. I'll give what credit is due and listen to it on Audible, because um, this one, the narrator who plays, or who voice, oh my gosh, what's his name? I literally drew a blank. Um, what is his name? Rylan. Um, the dry humor, and because this also is going to be a movie, and Ryan Gosling is going to be in it. He's playing the main character. So, and that's another thing what made me want to read it, or listen to it for that matter, is to kind of see, and I don't know how can I explain it, because in the book or in the audio, Rylan, his sense of humor is very sarcastic, and very, like, it's a certain sarcastic tea, if that makes sense, and dry humor that I love and understand. And I feel like my humor is kind of like that. But I can't picture Ryan Gosling doing this. And I don't know if whoever is writing the movie, or whoever wrote the movie, if it's going to be written correctly, if that makes sense. But anyways, it's a good book. It's funny. I do recommend it to read it on Audible. If you, even though I want you to read it on Audible only if you have the app. if that makes sense. I don't want you to get a whole subscription and get it. That's not what I'm saying. If you already have the app and have some credits, then yes, go ahead. But if you don't have it, don't worry about it. But read the book though, it's still good. Anyways, moving on. My next book is I Accidentally Summon a Demon Boyfriend by Jessica Cage. Uh, I enjoyed this book a lot. This book was funny, it was sexy, it was spicy, kind of scary. Um, and I have another book from her. Is it Go I Accidentally Kiss a Vampire? Something like that. Something about a vampire. Hold on. Oh, let me get into my Kindle. Where is it? It's like I Accidentally Kiss a Vampire, something like that. Do I not have it anymore? Oh my gosh, why I can't find it? Jessica Cage. Oh, I Accidentally Hooked Up with a Vampire. That's what is, and that's the one I have. That I'm hoping that I get to a chance to read it this year. Um, but yeah, that book's funny. Like I said, it's a little scary because Homegirl was literally running from like actual demons, and not the sexy kind, like literally like scary ass demons. Anyways, my next 5 star is The Client by John Grisham. This one is a cult classic. It's based off, or it's a book that turned into a movie. I've seen the movie a long time, like a very long time ago, and it's been a minute. So I think, and I need to figure out where I can watch it because I do want to rewatch it because, like I said, it's been very long time since I've seen that. So that's the only reason why um, I read it. And then lastly, right? Yeah. Lastly, my last 5 star book is The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 4 off of the Mistborn, right? I guess it's still part of the Mistborn series, right? If any Brandon Sanderson, Cosmere fanatics, please help me. I might be wrong and I might be right, but I think it's technically book 4 from the Mistborn series. I gave it a 5 star. Wax and Wayne's banter is hilarious. I and it's not as thick as the other Mistborn books. I Even though I did listen to this one on audio, but for reference, hold on, I have to get it. This is the book. And it's not that, big of a read compared to, ugh, even though these are, I'm dropping stuff, the mass paperbacks ones, or the, what's it called? It's a mass paperbacks. I think that's what it's called, but it's a little thick. I have the 2 here. Mistborn is blocked by my dice bag right now, but I just wanted to show you that. But that's it for my 5 stars. Let's see. I do have some. I'm trying to see. I'll do my 3 stars for this one. The 2 3-star books I have is Children of Blood and Bone and Test of the Road. That is my next lowest stars. And my low stars is Ignite Me and Kings of the Wild. Those 2 are my 2 stars. I don't think I've rated any books that's a 1 star. Um, I think that's it for your girl. Um, this is the most chaotic reading wrap up. Like I said, I've been trying to film my April one for a hot while, and I knew I need to do my May soon, so I thought I'll do a twofer. Oh, I forgot. while we're talking about wrap ups, let's talk about my reading goal for June. Oops, I'm in July. My reading goal for June is 12 books. And I think I've already read, let's see. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. All right, we're making progress. I am currently reading, well, I haven't started yet, but I'm currently reading, actually, let me backtrack, is I Must Betray You. And I'm going to start reading Beach Read because it's summertime. And then I think, oh, and I was going to read Gone with the Wind. But look at this. Like, girl, what? So I decided to gonna listen to this on audio from Libby. I think I'm first in line, so hopefully that comes in the next 2 weeks. I'm supposed to be finished with this book on June 27th, and it's like 63 chapters, I think. It's all in Roman numerals, but I decided I should, even though the audio it's like 49 hours. So even the audio version is uh long, but I rather listen to it than read it. So at some point I might be reading, or not reading, but listening to Gone with the Wind. Um but if not, I'll hop back on reading Hunger Games, or not Hunger Games, but Catching Fire. But yeah, right now I'm reading, like I said, I'm reading I Must Betray You and Beach Read, and I still need to finish my NetGalley book. I think I got like 19 days to finish it. Let's check. Oh, I have 20 days. So I need to finish that. And yeah. And like I said, hopefully I'm kind of in a funk right now. So hopefully some of these books will get me out of it. Like I said, if not, we're going to go back to reading Catching Fire. Or hold on, let me rephrase that. If not, I'll start reading Catching Fire, and my part 2 of Hunger Game part 2 reaction video will be up in the next month or so. So let me wrap this up because I got a lot of reading to do, I guess. With that being said, I hope you like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Support your local libraries, support your indie bookstores, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.